world-renowned researchers in the prime of when HIV was actually being understood and how the transmission was being understood and could it be transmitted through saliva. So it was an incredible opportunity, and it would have been hard to have that opportunity presented to me as coming out of undergraduate studies, going in with such world-renowned researchers, had I not had the right guidance.
You're exactly right. At that time at HIV in the late 80s, this was really a very unknown, you know,
Yes.
a lot of unknown out there. So to be able to
Yes.
be on the cutting edge of that that's what a great experience that is.
Sure, I
Yeah.
know. I enjoyed it.
And dental school lasts 3 years?
4 years.
4 years.
4
Okay.
years of dental school.
All right. And and at that point, you do your residency somewhere during that time, or
Well, dental school is different.
clinicals, or talk to me.
Dental
Okay.
school is different from medical school. There are no residencies required. They're elective.
Right.
So once you graduate from dental school, you can go straight into private practice if you choose to do so, and I did choose to do so.
Okay.
But my philosophy's always been that my learning doesn't end with school.
Right.
My learning continues, and part of my effort to be the best is continuing my education on a regular basis so that I can learn and grow. And one of the things that I tell students, and it's so true, is you find that the more you learn and the more you know, the more you don't know.
Right, that's
because
right.
the broader you take your knowledge, the more you realize there's so much more to learn.
Yeah.
And that's true in dentistry also.
Yeah.
So I enjoy going to continuing education classes. The state requires me to do about 15 hours a year. I do about 300.
Okay.
I
great.
love it.
Well,
I love to
good.
learn.
Good. That lifelong learning quest. That's
Absolutely.
fantastic. Talk about coming here today, and you talked to some students. What'd you talk about?
Sure.
Give us a little bit of that.
Well, I told them about my background. I think it's important for students to realize that you can come from humble backgrounds and still be successful, because it's hard sometimes coming from Robeson County to think that you can really achieve what your dreams and goals are. And I let them know that there have been many stumbles along the way. People have actually told me that there's no way you're ever going to be a dentist.
Right.
I heard that early in my years, never from my parents. They were a great backbone and support for me, and I love them dearly for that. But I told them that you have to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Right.
There are going to be stumbling blocks, but that's okay. You can still achieve what you want to achieve, but you have to set goals. And I encourage them to write down those goals where they could see them every day and make them measurable and give them a time limit to achieve those goals so that they can have something to focus on. And you always want to have goals in your life. Whether it's a sporting event, which I tend to do,
Right.
I focus on a race so that I can prepare myself better, or if it's a financial goal or whatever it may be.
And Bobbi, where did this goal setting and this drive come from as you look back on your life? Where did this come from?
Well, you know, I have to give my parents a lot of credit because they've always been high achievers. Neither of them went to college. My mom held one of the highest politically elected positions in Robeson County, and that's pretty amazing. She was the first Native American clerk of court, female clerk of court in Robeson County. And, you know, my dad owned his own business, did well. They've always been strivers, and they've always encouraged me to focus on dreams. Not necessarily goals, but dreams. And along the way, I've had some great influences in my life that's helped me curtail my dreams into goals so that they're achievable.
Well, go back. I want to talk a little bit about going into dental, out of dental school into your own practice. Did you go in and as an individual practice, or did you go with someone else to begin with?
Well, my goal was to open my own practice. So when my last year of dental school, I spent the whole last year setting up my paperwork to open my own practice. Found a location. It was a newly built shopping center that was going to be newly built. Unfortunately, construction was delayed for a while, so I had to find something else to do while they were building the shopping center. So I did end up going in with a dentist and work as an associate. That was not my goal, but it worked that way. And then the shopping center was built. And I opened the door and prayed to God that somebody would walk in. It was very daring at the time, but it was the right thing to do because I wanted to be able to offer my patients dentistry the way that I felt that they deserved to be, you know, presented with that type of health care. And I felt the only way I could do that was in my own environment, with the highest equipment, the best materials, and the highest service. You know, people deserve that. And I didn't want to have to live by somebody else's rules to do that.
Well, going into your dental practice, I want to talk a little bit about your niche or the things you do, but in particular, if you go into your office, the first thing you notice is it's about the patient, and it's a very warm and receptive, and you know, we all think back to our childhood and going through the dentist, whatever, but I don't get that feel when I go in there.
Right.
I've got televisions, I've got water, I've got what. Talk
Right.
about your emphasis on the patient and,
Sure.
and taking care of those folks.
Our focus, we have team meetings on a regular basis and on a weekly basis and on a daily basis, and our focus is always serving our patients. I want my patients to come in and feel comfortable. There's air fresheners around, there are refreshments around, there are televisions in every room. They can have whatever station they want. We have a wide variety of movies available. We don't have them wait. If your appointment's at 8 o'clock, you're in the chair at 8 o'clock.
Right.
Because your time's valuable, my time's valuable, and that's how I feel the healthcare industry should be.
Right.
It's you're coming in for me to serve you. I'm your doctor, and at the end of your appointment, we give you a warm towel to refresh yourself,
right.
and you know, a toothbrush is available and a mirror to check out, make sure you can put your lipstick back on. So
right.
there are many opportunities to make you comfortable in your services, but it also goes beyond that to make you comfortable in dentistry, because you realize that dentistry is not highly popular.
Mm-hmm.
You see movies all the time that portray the dentist as the bad guy, and
right.
nobody wants to go to the dentist, and
right.
every day I hear people say, nothing personal, but I don't like going to the dentist.
Right.
So we try to make dentistry more comfortable by offering computerized anesthetic delivery systems that we can numb you, but you don't feel the pressure as much, so therefore it's a lot more comfortable. Lasers in dentistry now, so you don't have the old-fashioned drills
right.
for every procedure. So there are many different opportunities.
Well, that was one thing I was going to ask you. Just in your short time of being a dentist, technology has had a large impact.
Incredible how
yeah.
technology has changed. Yes, it has. Lasers were not available when I first came out of dental school. Handpieces with lights were not available. We have so many opportunities now to make the patient more comfortable
right.
than we ever had before.
And one of those things is sedation dentistry.
It is.
Talk to us about that. We were just talking earlier with one of the students here.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, because it's not the old classic way you get numbed up, that type of thing.
Right. Well, sedation dentistry has become very popular in dentistry these days because people are uncomfortable in the dental office, and our goal as dentists is to make you comfortable, because it's something that we have to face. People do need dental services, and so therefore we want to make it as comfortable as possible. So there are a variety of ways that we can sedate you so that you can be there for the procedure, but you don't remember any
right.
of the procedure, which is wonderful to have our patient wake up the next day and say, oh, I got to go to the dentist today. Well, guess what? You went yesterday and it's all over with. So there's laughing gas still available,
right.
good old-fashioned laughing
yep.
gas. There's conscious sedation by tablet, which is a tablet you take. It's very safe, and,
right.
and you just kind of zone out. You're conscious, but most patients are asleep.
Right.
We try not to take you down to the sleeping part, but people get comfortable and they just go to sleep.
Yeah.
And then there's IV sedation, which again is conscious, and conscious means that you maintain your own airway.
Right.
You're able to breathe on your own. We don't have to put any tubes down your throat
yeah.
or anything like that. And you don't remember any of it.
Right.
And that's the best part.
I was going to say, that's got to be the best part.
That's
so.
the best part.
Our time is beginning to run short on us, so, and I knew we wouldn't get to everything I wanted to ask, but let's talk about a couple things. First of all, tell me a little bit about your husband is now in your practice with you.
My husband's in my practice. It's a second career for him.
Okay.
His earlier career was in engineering. He has a PhD in engineering, worked for Sony Ericsson for many years, enjoyed it, but always had a passion for dentistry, and he's been involved in my practice from the start, and he decided, I want to be a dentist, and so he's joined me, and he offers some services that I didn't offer, and now we're more of a comprehensive dental office because we're there together, and it's nothing like practicing with your best friend. It's great.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Well said, well said. And with that, you talk about with your practice, he offers some things maybe, and you guys compliment each other. What do you guys offer more so than, you know, just classic, get my teeth clean, fill my fillings, that type of thing? You're a little bit more comprehensive than that.
We are. Many years ago, we sat back and we looked at how we wanted to practice dentistry and what we wanted to offer our patients. And one thing our patients, that happens with our patients, is they come in and they need a root canal, and then they go see Dr. So-and-so.
Right.
Then they need braces and they go see Dr. So-and-so. And patients don't like that. They're very comfortable with their general dentist, which is myself or my husband, and they want to stay in the office. So we said, why don't we offer those services here? So we've branched out to educate ourselves in areas to get our skills and technology where it needs to be so that we can do braces in our office, we can do implants in our office, we can do root canals in our office. So it's rare when our patient has to go see a specialist. There's still a need for specialists, but they get to be treated in our office more times than none.
So you've created sort of a one-stop shop.
We are a one-stop shop.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, fantastic. We talked a little bit about your husband. Tell us about your children.
Well, I have 4 children who I love dearly.